All right, today we're going to talk about building a toolbox. But not for fixing things around the house. No, this is for something way more important. Handling all the stress and tough emotions that life, loves to throw at us. Let's dive in.
So just imagine it for a second. That email lands in your inbox. You have that conversation, or you're just feeling completely swamped. Your heart starts racing, your mind is going a million miles an hour. What's your immediate reaction? What's your go-to move? Because we all have one, whether we realize it or not.
And here's the thing. The real answer isn't about finding one single magic bullet solution. Not at all. It's about consciously, intentionally building a personal toolkit, a whole set of different skills you can pull from whenever you need them, so you always have the right tool for whatever emotional job comes up.
Okay, before we start stocking that toolkit, let's make sure we're all on the same page. Let's get a quick blueprint. What do we actually mean when we say the word coping?
It's really as simple as this. Coping is just the name for all the stuff we do, the strategies, the thoughts, the actions, to handle difficult feelings. Think of it as our own personal management system for stress. So it turns out that pretty much every coping strategy you can think of falls into one of two main categories. You're either trying to solve the thing that's causing the stress in the first place, or you're trying to soothe the emotions that you're feeling because of it. So problem-focused coping is when you go right after the source of the problem. You're trying to literally change the situation. But emotion-focused coping, that's all about managing your internal world. You're not trying to change the situation, you're trying to change your emotional response to the situation.
And this right here is exactly why emotion-focused skills are so unbelievably important. I mean, think about it. Some things, they're just outside of our control. When you can't fix the problem out there, the most powerful move you have is to manage your world in here.
So for the rest of our time together, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to stock our new toolkit with some really practical, really powerful skills that you can use the second you feel that wave of distress start to build.
Okay, let's start with a total classic. This one is a grounding technique, and it's designed to do one thing. Pull your mind out of that spiral of anxious thoughts and plant it firmly right back here in the present moment. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1 method.
The best part is you can do this absolutely anywhere, anytime. In fact, let's just try it real quick. Right now, wherever you are, just mentally name 5 things you can see. Okay, now bring your attention to 4 things you can physically feel or touch. Now listen, what are 3 separate sounds you can hear? Good. Now what are 2 things you can smell? And finally, what's 1 thing you can taste? Just like that, in a few seconds, you've pulled your brain back to the here and now.
So you see how that last technique used our senses to anchor us? Well, we can build on that same idea. We can use our senses not just to get grounded, but to actively soothe our nervous system when it's all fired up.
Think about it for a second. What does each of your senses find calming? For sight, maybe it's staring at a candle flame. For hearing, maybe it's a specific song. For smell, maybe there's a scent that just makes you feel safe. For taste, the comfort of warm tea. And for touch, maybe it's a soft blanket or a warm bath. The idea is to have a go-to soother ready for each and every sense.
Okay, so self-soothing is amazing for general stress. But what happens when you're in a full-blown crisis? When your emotions are just so intense, it feels like you can't even think straight. For that, we can pull out a skill set from dialectical behavior therapy called TIP. These are designed to very quickly change your actual body chemistry and bring you down from that emotional ledge.
So T is for temperature. Splashing cold water on your face actually triggers something called the mammalian dive response, and it instantly slows your heart rate. It's wild. I is for intense exercise. A super quick burst of jumping jacks or running on the spot can burn off all that frantic, anxious energy. And the 2 Ps? The first is paced breathing, just slowing your breath way down. And the second is paired muscle relaxation, where you tense up your muscles as you breathe in and then let it all go as you breathe out.
All right, all those skills we just covered, those are about surviving the storm while you're in it. But we don't just want to survive, right? We want to build a stronger ship for the next time. And that's where we shift from just coping in the moment to building long-term resilience.
You know, a huge part of resilience just comes down to perspective. It's about learning how to reframe the way we look at the changes and endings that are just, well, a natural part of being alive. There's this really incredible exercise for this called doors closed, doors open. The concept is simple, but it is so profound. Every time a door closes in life, a job, a relationship,
You name it. It forces us to look for, and then open, new doors we probably never would have even noticed before.
And this really taps into a fundamental truth, one that the ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus pointed out ages ago. If change is the only thing we can truly count on, then our ability to adapt to it is what really defines how resilient we are.
So I want you to try this for yourself. Just take a moment and think of a time when a door really slammed shut on you. A loss, a rejection, a failure. Now, think about what happened after. What new opportunity, what new person, what new strength came into your life only because that first door closed?
And that really brings us to the core of it all. A resilient life isn't a life without stress. I mean, let's be real, that's just not possible. The real goal is to build up your toolkit so that when the challenges do come, you have this quiet confidence that, yeah, you've got this. You are equipped to handle it.
So I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, from grounding yourself in the present to reframing the past, what's the one new tool that you're going to intentionally put in your coping skills toolkit so it's ready and waiting for the next time you need it?